Hey, you guys. Yeah. The last 2 weeks, we looked at the linebackers, we looked at the cornerbacks, and we looked at the free safeties. Now let's look at the running backs. 3 possible candidates that the Packers might be drafting in this draft in a nice running back. I know we signed Josh Jacobs, and we got AJ Dillon back, but we did lose that small kind of running back that could run the outside zone plays instead of running in between the tackles. We already have 2 of those kind of running backs. I mean, Josh Jacob is a power back, kind of a power back. He can do it all. And AJ Dillon is a power back. But the one thing that we're missing from the offense is somebody like what we had in Aaron Jones, where he could run outside on the edges and not in between the tackles. Aaron Jones was electric when he got in the open field. And I think there's 2 running backs like that. And there is one other running back that's a 3-down running back. But we're going to look at the 3-down running back last, and we're going to look at 2 of the other running backs that are like a Aaron Jones type of player for this offense. So let's get into it. The first guy that I looked at was, his name is Jalen, I think, yeah. The first guy we're looking at is Jalen Wright. He's out of Tennessee College. He's a junior. He is actually 5'10" and a half. He weighs about 210 pounds. He has, the arm length is a 31 and a half arm length. And his hands are 9 inches and 38. His prospect grade is a 6.33. That's not bad. The next gen stat put him at a 79. He is ranked in the combine as the 11th running back in the combine. So that he's almost in the top 10 of his class this year. His athleticism score, he scored a 93, and that is second in all running backs in this running back class. And in total score, he scored a 79, and that ranks him in the top 4 in the combine. So let's look at what he is. His 40-yard dash was 4.38. Not bad of a speed. And his 10-yard sprint, he scored at 1.55. That's not bad either. That really isn't. And he did a vertical jump about 38. So for a 5'10" guy, that's pretty high where he can jump high. And his broad jump is 11 feet 2 inches. That's not bad either. But he did not do the 3-cone drill. He didn't do the 20-yard shuttle, and he did not do the bench press. I'm thinking he might do that at his pro day, but yeah. Player bio. In 2021, he played 9 games as a receiver. Yeah, reserve. And then he got he carried the ball 85 times. He got 409 yards. And his carry percentage was 4.8 yards per carry. And scored 4 rushing touchdowns. Now in 2022, Jalen Wright led the team with 875 rushing yards, 149 carries, 6.9 yards per carry, and scored 10 touchdowns. So he scored 6 more touchdowns than his previous year. He played in all 13 games as a reserve. Okay, reserve. Now in 2023, last year, he led the team with rushes with 1,013 yards on 137 carries. He's in open field. He had a 7.4 yards per carry. Started 12 games. Blah blah blah. Okay. Let's look at its strengths. Sprint speed for long touchdown run once he hits the open field. So that means if he does get into the open field, no one's going to catch him with his blazing speed. And he does have, sometimes he does have explosive runs, 10 plus yards or more on 25.4% of his carries in 2003. So that's great. Just like Aaron Jones when he was coming out of college. Sudden jump cut creates lateral exit always from tackle. So this guy has strong legs also where he can break tackles if he does get caught, or he can break out of tackle. Leader run, but can't get it to change of direction with timing. He's not great at lateral running, but he can do it. But he has to time it. Then the other one is displays ability to stay up and drag tackles against Texas A&M. I like that. He's not going to be tackled with one tackle. He can drag players. He can drag defensive players if they're on him. And last of all, his natural sticky hand to run more routes than he did in college. So he does have good hands. Just like what we did with Aaron Jones. We set Aaron Jones out into wide receiver or running back screens or hitch routes or angle routes with the running back that we usually run more of last year. I mean, this Jalen Wright guy sounds really like Aaron Jones. Poor man's Aaron Jones. But he's a little younger, so I'm thinking he has more time to grow. He is a rookie, so. But let's look at his weaknesses. He fumbled 4 times on 146 carries in 2002. So he does have some fumbling problems, but that is fixable also by our running back coach. His second weakness is doesn't trust his eyes. Ooh, that's a big minus for a running back. If a running back doesn't trust his eyes, running back needs 1 split second to hit the hole. And if he does not think he can hit the hole, he's just not going to run. Great inside rusher. Yeah, so he's not an inside rusher. Alright, next of all, upright running style subject him to big hits. So he does run a little bit too high, and he might take big hits from the defensive players, and that could be a big problem also, but I think that might be fixable also. Lack of effort, of motivation, like stacking cuts, and we need to play with more awareness when protecting the pocket. So he does need to he does need to work on his pass blocking in the pocket for the quarterback. So yeah, that is the first guy we looked at is Jalen Wright. And I think we can draft him in the 3rd round because he is projected to go in the 3rd round of the 2000 draft. So the Packers have 2 3rd-round picks. So why not take a little flyer on this guy and see what happens? Okay, the next guy we are going to be looking at is Jonathan Brooks. His prospect grade is a 6.38. He is from his college is Texas. And his class is a sophomore, but he's coming out. The guy is 6 feet high. He weighs 216. Arm length is at 31.5, and hands are 99.14. His product score in the combine is 80, puts him 2nd running back in his combine thing. His athleticism is not too good. He's ranked 12th. The total score on him is he's ranked 2nd in the 2024 combine. Let's see what he has. He is projected to be drafted in the second or 3rd round. He's projected to go into the 2nd and 3rd round. He could have been a higher draft pick, but last year he had an ACL tear, so that ended his career last season, so that's why he's not going to go high. And he is compared to Jamaal Charles. I don't know if you guys know who Jamaal Charles is. he was a pretty good running back for the Kansas City Chiefs in the early 2000s and the late 2000s. But he, he had a great career with the Rams and the Chiefs. Yeah. So let's look at Jonathan Brooks's strengths and weaknesses. All right. Some of his strengths are tries should be found out. Given last, he has just this is he only had 238 college carries to his name. He is an NFL caliber at an outside runner, so he's not going to run between the tackle. He's going to run outside, like stretch plays where we used Aaron Jones. I mean, we're going to use this guy like Aaron Jones. He has a similar style of play like Aaron Jones. So yeah, follow through run lanes with exact bend and quickness. So he is quick. So he is that little shifty running back from the backfield. He can make defensive player miss. Sticks feet allow him to make light work of stacking cuts and moves. Outstanding spelling awareness to create maximum work space as a runner. So he makes room so he can run. So that's a great trait to have. Alright, the next one is usually avoids unnecessary moves and finishes runs where it's time. So all that means that he is a clutch running back. So, and just like the other guys, good hands and great post catch, we can create added value for offense. That's great because we do use our running back as wide receivers also. So it's good to see that he has good hands and he can run routes. So that's a plus. But now the weaknesses are he did suffer a ACL in November that ended his season last year. And he is still learning to press the hole and set up blockers on zone runs. So he has to work on that. But I think if he can do that, that'll be alright. Next needs to run with more pace in choosing his lanes against pro speed. So he needs to learn how to make more good choices on holes that he can take and holes he cannot take. Then next is power into and throw contact. It's just average. So he's not that great of a power back. He can't break tackles. One big hit, he's gonna go down. Basically. And then last of all, he needs to spread up rushers and limit leads, solo blocks approaching. So then that also means he needs to get a little bigger so he can take on blockers. That is it. And now for the third running back, we are going to look at somebody he is not he is not like a Aaron Jones type. He's more of a all down running back. That means he can stay in for the first run, second run, and third run. So he's not gonna go out. But like I said, he is not like an Aaron Jones type. But his prospect rate is a 6.23. He is a senior. He's out of Florida State. He is about 6 foot, 216 pounds, 31 and a half arm length. Hands are 9 and 1/4 inches. His production score is 73. Not great. He's not even in the top 5. He's top 6 among all the running backs in the combine. But his athletic score is 88, and that makes him the third running back ranked in the 2024 combine. And the total score of that is 80, and that puts him at number 1 in the combine. So let's look at his combine results. In the 40-yard dash, he ran a 4.39. Do you like it? It's decent speed. Not good, not bad, decent. But he does have a nice 10-yard sprint at a 1.52 seconds. That is that's fast. And his vertical jump is a 33.5 vertical jump. He can jump pretty high. And his broad jump is 10 and 2. 10 feet 2 inches. He decided not to do the 3-cone drill. 20-yard shuttle he didn't do. And he did not do the bench press. I believe that he's going to do that at the pro day also. Now let's look at his bio. In 2020, he missed due to a right knee injury suffered in practice. So his 2020 season ended really quick, and he did not play one game that year. Next year in 2021, he played 10 games as a reserve, and he only got 1 touchdown. He averaged 2.7 yards per carry. And then in 2022, he made the second All-ACC, lead the team with 990 yards on 154 carries. He had a 6.4 yards per attempt. He ran for 9 rushing touchdowns, and he played in all 13 games with 6 starters. And then last year, he made second team All-ACC, led the team with 906 yards on 156 carries. But his yards per carry did go down slightly at 5.8 yards per carry. But he did score 14 touchdowns, 5 more than the previous year. And he played all 13 games with 10 starts. So there we go. And he is projected to go into the second or early third round. So that's his strengths are explosive size with a body type made for the NFL workload. That means that he can be all down back. Above average bend and lateral cut agility for a big back. So he for a big bruising back, he can do everything that Aaron Jones did, like how he moves. So that's a plus right there. And he also lowers pads and balance through contact to stay up and run. So he knows how to control his body when he does get hit by defenders and tries to stand up. Slides, dip, and cuts to find smaller openings that are developing. So he does have eye for running, so he can see the blockers well. He knows when a hole is going to open or a hole is not going to be there. So that's a plus. That's what you want from your big leading back. Capable receiving on wheel routes, screen, and underneath routes. So just like Aaron Jones, if you saw the whole season last year with Aaron Jones caught the ball more than he ran the ball, and it looks like he's capable of catching the ball on wheel routes, screen routes, and underneath routes. So that's a big plus for Jordan Love. But fortunately, we got to go to his weaknesses. The first weakness he has is leaves yards on the field due to about so he leaves a lot of yards out there, but he is still young, so he can fix that. Second weakness is too many wasting steps in getting to where he needs to go. Oh yeah, that means that he wants to. He takes more steps. So he all that means that his decision making has to be a little faster when he runs. If you see that hole, just go in that hole. You do not want to. In the NFL, you do not want to second guess yourself. So it looks like he does second guess the hole, but that is also fixable. But I don't think this is fixable. He lacks vision and burst to scare defenders with big play potential. So he's not going to scare the defense with any big plays. He's not going to have big plays. And then needs to improve at setting up would be tackling into blockers. So he has to work out blocking when he's inside the play. He needs to work on blocking on pass plays. That's a big plus. But that is also fixable. And last of all, his weakness is physical tools for pass protection, but needs better recognition. And same thing up here. Needs to improve on setting up tacklers into blockers. All this means is the same thing, man. Same thing. And those are the three. And those are the three running backs I think the Packers should get, but not in the first round, and not with the early second round pick. If these guys are there when we pick in the second and early third round, there might be a potential for one of those backs to get drafted, or maybe both of the backs might get drafted. We don't know. But yeah, that's what we need to do. We did lose Aaron Jones, so we need to find another type of running back like Aaron Jones. And I think Jalen Wright and Jonathan Brooks are that kind of running backs. But Trey Benson there, he looks good too. He's not fast, he's not like an Aaron Jones type, but he is a good running back. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And I'm telling you, man, we are only a week and a half away from the NFL draft, to 2004 NFL draft. And I am going to be live streaming the first round and the second round, and maybe the third round too. But yeah, guys, like I said, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. What do you think about these three running backs? I would love to hear you in the comment section. And like I always say, be safe, stay positive, and always go Pack Go. And I will see you in the next video. Alright guys, you have a great one.